decides he takes home $1,500. In the sense that by kind of winning this, you qualify for the Spring Championship, and the Spring Championship has a $1,500 prize for round of 32 alone, which is where you start 32 player tournaments. So there's more or less $1,500 on the line right now between Bunny and Dayshi. And also, I mean, it's crazy, right? Because Bunny and Dayshi are both two players. When you kind of think about them, it's like, well, both of these guys are players who you're expected to do very well in WCS, and yet they might not even qualify for this championship this season. You know, you think of Bunny, you think of Dayshi, it's like, well, I mean, yes, it's just crazy, really. I mean, when you actually really think about it. I actually want to check out the well, how Dayshi went out. Dayshi took down Petit Drogo, right? And then he went out to Pult in the Winter Championship, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, that's how that went down. And then Bunny, was Bunny in the bracket even? Yeah, he was. He was in an invite. Who did Bunny play? Oh yeah, Bunny played Haas, and he went out of Haas in the first round. I mean, yeah, we saw Bunny. Last year Bunny was round of 4 in WCS Premier League, and obviously the format's a lot different now. It's a little bit. It's obviously very different indeed, but well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of different but the same in a sense. But I mean, Bunny's the sort of player who you expect to do very well, and Dayshi as well is a sort of player you expected to see doing very well, and especially in high profile events. And the fact that one of them will not be there is very unfortunate. But just the way things are, as we're going to see. Both players open it up with, well, actually, no, sorry. Bunny opens up with the Reactor Expand, with the Reaper Expand. He loves to do this, apparently. He does this all the time. Dayshi is opened up with a bit of an aggressive Reaper Hellion opening. So similar to what we saw sort of out of, similar to what we just saw from Optimus in game number 2 of that last series. Now we're going to see the starport is on the way up from Dayshi. So starting to set this up, and I'm just going to see Dayshi just sitting here with the Reaper just to protect any kind of, well, I mean, not really protect scouting, but just kind of catch anything that tries to come up here or anything. But you're not looking for anything just yet. Now, there's proxy starport, a couple of ways to go about it. I'd say with a proxy starport, probably just a Liberator, more so than a Medevac or Cloak Banshee. And there it is, that Liberator on the way in. Because Liberators are super effective when they hit before there's anti-air out for your opponent. Or kind of, I mean, obviously there'll be Marines, but, things that can really reach Liberators and be super effective, such as a Cyclone, such as a Viking. That's the sort of thing I'm really looking for. So, you're going to see a grenade coming down, and an SCV just taking a little bit of damage. As we do see a bunker on the way up for Bunny, kind of a little bit further back than you might imagine usually. As he's just kind of playing here and just pushing this back, nearly getting that SCV. I mean, he's controlling well so far. I think the real thing we're looking at here from Dayshi is how much damage does that Liberator get done. We see out of Bunny, he is going into Cyclone, so he's not going to be kind of too long without a way to deal with this. He's actually going into Medevac 2, ready to counterattack. The Cyclone should be more than enough to deal with the Liberator. As we're going to see these Reapers actually coming over to the right-hand side, just distracting Bunny here momentarily. As that Cyclone should be able to lock on from the right, and should be able to get in there. There we go, locks on, and that Liberator on the way down. Now these Reapers over here trying to get some damage done as well. I'm just going to be seeing these Marines just going to try and obviously pick up as many of those as he can. He will kill off all. So, all said and done, I mean, Cyclone kills off the Liberator, some lost mining time, and 5 workers killed. It's good damage by Dayshi, but when you consider his CC is only halfway built, he's still behind in that work count. Bunny mining off of 2 bases, 2 orbitals as well at that. It really does mean that Bunny is just in a fantastic position to, all said and done. All said and done, it really is just a fantastic spot here for Bunny. As we're going to see Dayshi, well, he follows up with a Medevac, and he's going to even load the SCV up, so he's going to try and drop now. There isn't really anything over in this natural for Bunny, but he can. I mean, he's got the Cyclone. He's actually loaded up himself. He is moving across the map somewhere. It's already heading towards the main base of Dayshi, but let's just stay here for a moment while these Hellions get some real damage done. The Medevac goes down, but these Hellions, well, a Viking here as well. Bunny should be able to defend at the same time. What's at home for Dayshi? Well, actually not that much at all either. So both players doing damage to each other's economy. SCVs are going down heavily here for Dayshi as they are too for Bunny. However, Dayshi is about to lose his Hellion, so he's almost all out of damage. As we're going to see him just running out of units over here. I mean, he didn't have any units to begin with, but he's running out of SCVs. His units still on coming out. GG. And Bunny is going to take game number 1 of this best of 3 qualifying match. Let's go in and let's introduce some players. To the top left hand side from Millennium, it's our red Terran player. It is Dayshi. And to the bottom left, it's going to be our blue Terran player. Let's see what you're tuning on. Team Liquid's Bunny. As he gets set up, ready to go into game number 2. And we'll have a look to see which of these players is going to be making the first moves. I mean, it's all Reina, so this is a map where a lot of the time you expect that aggression to come in early. You don't really expect to be able to expand very easily on this map. And there's Bunny already opening with that double gas play. Kind of what you would expect, in all honesty. I mean, it's a small aggressive map, and I mean, you can be aggressive off of one gas, yes, and you can expand behind it. But a lot of players just like to kind of stick to that one base for as long as possible, or really just get as much tech up as possible early here to help them kind of continue harassing. Because it is one of these maps where harassment is just encouraged. You know, it's a short rush by air. There's also a short rush by ground for kind of, you know, for harassment-sized squads. You know, late game armies aren't going to move up this left-hand pathway. And late game armies, you know, late game there's going to be defense to set up around this pathway. But early, mid-game armies with harassment in mind and small pushes are brilliant on this map because of that kind of quick rush up the left-hand side. And the, you know, the air distance, the kind of all this airspace over here just encourages liberators, drops, whatever, you know, it encourages all of these units to come across and look to get damage done because they've got a lot of space to get away in. And they can even get away to the top side as well. I mean, it's a very kind of harassment-heavy map, as we're going to see. Reaper. Just coming out and just going to be sitting on top of the ramp as well. And just going to be looking to see if anything else comes across. Just kind of, I mean, the thing is with Reapers, I mean, obviously you get them out to kind of scout and so on, but at the same time in TvT, if you go across your map with a Reaper and you run up a ramp and you start taking damage and suddenly you're losing your Reaper, things can become very problematic very quickly. So it's oftentimes just a Reaper expand into kind of just sitting around and waiting just to see and just kind of staying defensive. You see Marines just coming over to the right hand side from Bunny. So a few Marines just coming on over to the right. As you're going to see Factory for Tech Lab on it and a starport building up. Siege Tank is on the way from Bunny now, as we're going to see him also building up a reactor. This bunker with a couple of Marines and a Reaper. I mean, Dayshi just kind of playing safe. He is expanding, right? So he is looking to be able to take this expansion on the low ground here in just a few moments. And we're going to see him muffing that into an orbital starport building right now. And a tech lab on the way for Dayshi too. Now Bunny has gone into very fast tank of his own, as we mentioned previously. And what this very well could be is some kind of a little bit of maybe a marine tank push. He doesn't have many marines just yet. But he can maybe push across, at least with the medevac and the tank sieged up. I mean, there's nothing really to lose by doing this right now for Bunny, unless he messes up his control. Let's see a Viking and another tank follow up, and I wonder if we do just see Bunny committing into kind of a continued push across the map off of one base and just sitting on this for length, you know, extended period of time. Dayshi scans and you just see the setup to basically, you know, be contained here. As we'll see that bunker starting to take a little bit of damage, and CC will just turn away. Dayshi not interested in protecting this just yet, as we'll see that Cyclone coming forwards, locks onto the medevac, boosts away, and immediately that's such going to be turned around as bunker will be salvaged, and this will give Bunny a bit of position. Maybe he can move a little bit further forwards now, which he will do right now with this siege tank. And gets another shot off onto a few Marines. There's that Viking though. However, there's a few Marines to defend, and without a tank of his own, Dayshi is not really going to be able to protect this Viking from the Marines. And actually, oh, Viking from Bunny too as he comes in. Cyclone locks onto a Marine, which isn't ideal. As this medevac comes in, is he going to be able to get that tank? Yes, he does. He's going to drop back on the low ground. Bunny cleans up a lot of Dayshi's army with 2 tanks still remaining, and with air control as well in the form of a medevac. This next Viking is on the way out, coming over here very shortly. It's actually Dayshi now going into a medevac of his own, and this is not good. Dayshi needs a Viking. He needs a way to really kind of push back this medevac, push back this attack. He's losing his barracks at the front here, which isn't ideal. Bunny lifting up, moving away from that tank, as we are going to see him start a trade here. There's that Viking coming in for him. He's going to be able to take down this barracks, and this barracks taking so much damage. This is not looking very good for Dayshi at all right now. As we're going to see these couple of tanks working away on the CC, a third tank as well, and Bunny is just set up in such an aggressive position here on Dayshi's main base. I'm not sure what exactly Dayshi can do right now is this Viking is trying to work his way against the orbital. A couple of times to Siege. This Viking about to pop out for Dayshi, but there's another Viking coming across from Bunny. And without any anti-air, I mean, you know, Dayshi's not been able to make Marines for a while. This is almost over. That Viking goes down and he gets one shot off. He's going to unsiege, pull SCVs and try to break this, but with 3 tanks, Marines as well. Vikings are even going to land just to make sure. And this is going to be a very one-sided defense, or defense from the attempted break. It's not really a defense when you're still attacking, right? But, you know, guys, know what I mean. As we're going to see, this is pretty much it. More SCVs come in as Dayshi tries to end this push. Tries to hold on. Well, tanks are going down. Marines trying to hold on here as well. And actually, Dayshi is going to do a lot better at this than I thought. He will begin to push this back. Bunny maybe getting a little bit overzealous there towards the very end. This Viking going to unload and we'll pick off a tank and a Marine. As we're going to see, well, Dayshi's still not in a great position. His CC forced to move back, and behind all of this, Bunny in with his own CC. 11 workers up. I mean, obviously it cost Dayshi a lot of workers to continue dropping onto or pulling into the army of his opponent, but he has held on, so he's alive, and well, that's what matters for now. As we're going to be seeing Siege Tank pushing a little bit further forward to Bunny as well. So we're going to see the Viking too. Just having a look to see what is going on. A couple of extra bags for Bunny. I mean, you can't deny he's in a lead right now, but again, Dayshi, at least he found a way out of this, and at least he can survive, you know. Maybe he can find a good engagement or something in the near future. I mean, it's not going to be easy, but, well, let's see. As we're going to see, this time from Bunny is going to remain on siege. I think the problem was in that last fight, well, that's what I thought, because it looks as though Bunny is going to take down a bunch more SCVs and might even just be able to push through this time around. That Viking drops down, but he gets lifted up. I think the issue the first time around for Bunny was he was kind of sieging his tanks while the SCVs ran in, and you know, even just leaving them unsieged would have been better in the end. As we're going to see, this Viking medevac micro are not going to matter, and these tanks just kind of kiting away. He might still kind of lose these in the very end, but still, I mean, we're talking about a player who's 56 supply to 18, 36 SCVs to 10, up in army, up in production. Also up in a mining base right now, because yes, Dayshi has a CC, but he's just not mining from it yet. And of course, Dayshi's going to try and hold on as long as he can, because this is such an important match. Is the opportunity to be in the WCS Spring Championship or not? Unfortunately for Dayshi, he is not going to be there, because there's not a way he recovers from this game. And this is the last chance for him to qualify as this tank comes in. And this really is it right now. GG. Bunny takes it 2 games to 0. And wow, we just saw